And if there are new people here, then a special welcome to you, of course. And this is just a space where we can come together and rest in our hearts and our minds and our bodies for half an hour, find some little bit of space in our lives, maybe. Yeah, it's quite a familiar community. It's lovely. We've been going since March 2020. So that's a long time now, isn't it? It's nearly 3 years. We've been doing these Tuesday evening meditations. So Eileen is saying hi there from the Netherlands. Kathy, hi Kathy from Letchworth. Feeling depleted, grateful to be here. So hopefully this will be a undepleting half hour. And Laura, hello everyone. Laura from Isleworth, lovely to be here, just what I need. And someone from Wisterbill, hello everyone, nice to see you all from Wisterbill. And then Jeff and Von and Nosel, good to see you, Vidyamala. And Julie and the Yorkshire Dales, tired. Teresa, hello from Lenham, Kenny. Not sure where that is, but it's a very lovely name for somewhere. And Claire, good evening from stormy Orkney, tempestuous out there, ready for the lift and inner peace here. I think it must be nice being in a storm in Orkney. I don't know whether it is for you, but a bit of wild is sometimes so, I love it. And Isabel, hi Isabel from Bath. It's my first time, so a special welcome to you, Isabel. And yeah, we just do this little bit of connecting at the beginning, and then I will lead a practice, and then we have a little bit of time to speak at the end as well about our practice. And Martin, hi everyone, glad to be here after a busy day. Hilary, hello from Chatham. Katie, hi from Cheltenham, good to be here. And Natasha, exhausted but so very happy to be here. There's a few pets here as well, which is nice. Chiaki's got a beautiful cat. Yeah, good. And Lorien, so happy to see you, Vidyamala, and so glad to be here. Really in need of some peace. And I don't know whether you've still got loads of rain in California, whether things have settled down. And someone from Otley, glad to be here. Lynn from Herefordshire, challenging few days ahead, so looking forward to strength from tonight's session. I hope you get that, Lynn. I'm sure you'll bring your own strength to this time. It'll be resourcing. Ruth, lovely to be here. I'm in Cambridge. So just while we're waiting for the last few people to come in, I think it's always nice to just look at all the little faces on the screen. And if you're not able to see, you can imagine there's 78 of us at the moment. And yeah, just connect. It's as if we're actually arriving in a physical class and we'd be sort of taking people in and saying hello. So we're saying hello through the chat box, and we can take each other in either in our imagination or by just looking at one another, allowing oneself to be seen, and yeah, really seeing one another, either literally or metaphorically. And Lorian's saying it was rain yesterday, sun today, so that's in California. And Kim, hello from Birchington on Sea, love these sessions. Excuse me. We've got Shannon on tech tonight, which is lovely. Ollie's off on retreat this week. So also getting what you need practically. So if you're sitting, having a chair where you're going to be comfortable, if you can be on an upright chair, that's good, because then your spine can be upright without being rigid. But if you need to lean back on a chair for health reasons, then of course that's absolutely fine. And you may prefer to do it lying down, in which case lying on the bed or the sofa and having support for the head. Yeah, I think it's always important to take time to set ourselves up well, because I think often in life we just kind of plonk ourselves into a position without giving it much thought, and your meditation will be more effective and you'll find it more satisfying if you think, well, what does my body need, and how can I be as comfortable as possible and yet alert? That's the primary kind of criteria. Then we've got Susan from Berlin, Germany. I'm happy to be here with all of you. And someone's saying they need to leave a little early because they're teaching. That's absolutely fine. It's up to you how long you stay. Any of you, I will just be here, and I welcome anyone who comes for however long you stay. Good. So I think we'll begin now with this evening's session. Yeah, it's just very lovely to see you all out there. And I can see people in all kinds of situations physically, and just to get a sense of that. Some people lying in bed, other people sitting up. Good. So I was thinking about what to do tonight, and I thought what we could do tonight is what I might call the blue sky mind meditation. Blue sky mind meditation. And by mind, I don't just mean here, I mean the whole kind of experience of awareness. So mind and heart and body, but to have a quality of that being like a blue sky. And what I mean by that is, in a lot of the meditations that we lead at Breathworks, it's very embodied, very, very important. And we're kind of learning how to loosen some of the knots inside us, the knots of tension that arise when we get tight around experience, be that physical pain or emotional pain or difficult mental states. Very often we have the unpleasant experience and then we tighten around it. And of course, that tightening around it leads to more and more suffering. We get a tight mind, we get tighter in the body, we get a tight heart. So we teach a lot of this kind of softening, loosening, resting, yielding, letting go of those knots. But that raises a very interesting question, kind of what's left? What's left if you let go of the knots? And the knots is what we so often identify as ourselves, of course. And if we let go of some of those, what's left? Do we fall into some kind of blankness? Do we fall into some kind of nothingness? Or is there some other way of perceiving, sort of behind all the knots, another way of perceiving that is very rich, it's loving, it's got a radiant quality, it's bright, it's alive, it's present. And all the traditional teaching saying that's what's there. That when we let go of this kind of tight little limited sense of who we are, when we let go of that, we soften, we yield, we soften, we yield, we breathe, then what happens is we allow ourselves to experience another, I suppose, dimension, perhaps we could call it that, another dimension of consciousness, another dimension of mind, whose nature is boundless, vast, luminous, loving. And very traditional image is a clear blue sky. It's as if behind all our kind of cloudy experience, there is a clear blue sky. Just like when you go up through an aeroplane, you're down on the level of the airport and it's a really gloomy, rainy day. And it seems like that's all there is. But then you get on the aeroplane, you fly up, and then you look out the window and you realize, oh my goodness, there's this clear blue sky that was always there. I just couldn't perceive it when I was caught up in all the gloominess of the airport, the weather. So another way of looking at this is we're learning how to let go of identifying with the weather of our experience, the passing clouds, the storms, the gloom, whatever it might be. We let go of identifying with that, and we're able to then experience something that has more the taste of freedom, let's put it that way. So I thought we could have a little bit of a resting in this evening. And I mean, I don't know about you, but for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, this winter, it just goes on, doesn't it? And a little bit of inner blue sky would not go amiss. A little bit of external blue sky wouldn't go amiss, but we can't control that, of course. But to cultivate this quality of inner blue sky, inner brightness, why don't we have a go at that? But it's not something that we're adding on. It's not something that we're generating. It's more that we're letting go of all the things that are obscuring that. We're letting go of all the contractions in the body, mind, and heart. Okay, so let's have a go. And you can just follow along as best you can and see how you get on. And of course, what will happen, because this happens to everybody, is that your mind will wander. You might start off with the best intentions and then you find yourself thinking about something completely unrelated. That's all absolutely normal. It's what minds do. But in the noticing of that, you can think, there I am again, thinking about my emails or what's for dinner or whatever it might be. And then the noticing, that's your moment of mindfulness. And then that gives you this magical moment of choice. And you can choose, let me come back to my direct experience, to my body, my heart, my mind, and letting go of the knots, letting go of identifying with the tightness. Okay, so if we begin by closing our eyes, if that's comfortable. And for those that can't see the screen, we've got 94 of us now, which is amazing. Many different countries. So we've got 94 companions. So yes, arriving and settling. Quality of the body resting down into the surface that's supporting you, be it a chair, a sofa, the bed, the floor, whatever it is. And to help us arrive, if we want to, we could take a deeper in-breath. And then on the out-breath, releasing, letting go, arriving. Doing that a few times if you'd like to. Breathing in freshness and brightness, and then yielding and letting go of holding and gripping and worrying, and yielding down into the support beneath us, and arriving more fully in the present moment. I've got a little reading here from a great Tibetan teacher. Elevate your experience and remain open like the sky. Expand your mindfulness and remain pervasive like the earth. Steady your attention and remain unshakable like a mountain. Brighten your awareness and remain shining like a flame. Clear your thought-free wakefulness and remain lucid like a crystal. Very beautiful, those sort of metaphors. So when you're ready, allowing your breathing to settle and to find its own natural rhythm. So first of all, let's really allow our awareness to pour down into the body so we become grounded and stable. And if we allow our awareness to rest inside the direct experience of being in the body, you'll find that you can't be lost in thoughts at exactly the same moment. So allowing our awareness to become absorbed in the body. So let's do this by allowing our awareness to pour down right through the body and to feel the legs and the feet first of all. And I always like to imagine that awareness is like water, and my legs and feet are becoming saturated, drenched in awareness. And this will be becoming known to you probably through sensation or temperature, feeling of your clothes against your legs and your feet, contact between the feet and the floor. Or maybe you've got more of a sense of numbness or dullness. Becoming aware of this is also mindfulness. If you've got pain or discomfort in the legs and the feet, seeing if you can let it into awareness very gently. So we're letting go of resistance. But just let it be part of your experience. There'll be many other sensations as well. So holding it with perspective, with care. And coming up into the buttocks. Letting the buttocks rest down into the chair, the bed, the floor. And see if you can rest into the support rather than perching on top of it. So we let go of gripping, let go of holding. And as you soften the buttocks, maybe the breathing drops a little deeper in the body, quite naturally. Maybe it doesn't, just being curious. And now allowing our awareness to pour up to feel the whole torso. Let's move into the belly first of all, the soft front of the body between the pelvis at the bottom and the ribs at the top. Checking that the buttocks are still soft and letting the belly swell a little bit on the in-breath, subside on the out-breath. Be careful not to force or strain. Including the chest. The ribs and the lungs and the breastbone all being breathed. The opening phase on the in-breath, subsiding phase on the out-breath. And now coming into the back of the body. First of all, let's come back down to the buttocks, check that they're still soft, still yielding. Then allowing awareness to pour up through the back, through the whole spine and the middle, and then the breadth of the back. Being curious where the breathing is showing up in the lower back. Maybe the angle's changing a little bit, or maybe there's a quality of broadening a little bit on the in-breath, subsiding on the out-breath. Or maybe you don't feel anything at all, that's also fine. Come into the middle back and the upper back. Back of the lungs, back of the ribs, the spine, the collarbone, the shoulder blades, all being rocked and massaged by the natural breath. And the whole torso all together, the front, the back, the sides, inside, the surface. Gently opening a little bit in all directions on the in-breath, subsiding a little bit in all directions on the out-breath. If you notice it's a bit strained, then at any point you can back off, come into the bottom on the chair, the hands, the feet stabilize. Then edging back inside, breathing if or when you feel ready. Now let's allow awareness to pour through the shoulders, all the way down through the arms into the hands, fingers, thumbs, having the hands resting either on the body or at the side of the body, depending on your position, whatever's comfy. And seeing if we can let the shoulders fall away from the midline of the body into gravity, dropping down and back a little bit. And let's let the hands be soft, not reaching for the future or clinging onto the past, but resting in the here and now. Now coming up, back up through the arms, through the shoulders, and let's allow awareness to pour into the neck and the head. We're sitting, checking the angle of the head, letting it be poised, releasing through the base of the skull and yet openness in the throat. We're lying down, letting the head be supported by the pillow or the cushion, seeing if we can let go of gripping, of holding on. Letting the jaw be soft, tongue, lips soft. And the face soft, the eyes soft. And can you get a sense of the brain resting inside the head? It's mostly water, this watery fluid environment. So if your brain is feeling full of thoughts and hard and solid, letting it rest, be fluid. And now broadening awareness to be aware of the whole body. legs, torso, arms, neck, head, face. Seeing if we can experience what we label body in a more fluid and open way. It's a process, not a thing. Continual flow of sensation, of breathing, of feelings. Some pleasant, some unpleasant, some dull. Letting everything into awareness. Meeting anything painful with tenderness. Letting go of resistance. And enjoying anything pleasant without grasping. Letting go of holding on. So we're allowing everything to arise and pass like a river. And we can bring this kind of awareness to our emotional and mental experience. That too is continually changing. Letting the thoughts come and go, emotions come and go. And I heard such a wonderful teaching the other day where someone said the art is to feel things without becoming them. To feel things without becoming them. So we let our feelings be authentic and real, but we don't need to over-identify and solidify, rigidify around those feelings, be they physical, mental, emotional. And as we let go a little bit of all our gripping and our pushing and our shoving and our struggling, maybe we get little glimpses of a different quality of awareness, different quality of consciousness that was there all the time, that's a little more open, a little brighter maybe, naturally loving. It's like the clear blue sky that was always there behind the clouds. Boundless mind, boundless consciousness, luminous maybe. Even if you just get a tiny, tiny taste or glimpse, enjoying that, resting there. As soon as you grasp for it, of course it will go away. So the art is just to rest and allow. Rest and allow, rest and allow this less contracted state of awareness to be there. course, everything else is there as well. We're not shutting anything out, but we're just shifting where we put the weight of our attention away from the content of our experience to awareness itself. And now let's let go of any particular focus, any sense of effort, and just rest, absorbing the practice for the last few moments. When we're ready, bring a little bit of movement into the body, maybe just the fingers and the toes if that's comfy. And seeing if we can experience it simply as movement without automatically gripping against it or holding on or rigidifying. Then we're ready coming to bigger movements if we want to, however we want to move the body. Good, lovely. So thank you all very much for practicing together this evening. And for those of you who are here for the first time, a special welcome to you, and I hope you were able to follow along. And what we do at the end is I stay on for a bit, and I'm always interested to hear how people got on in the practice, what you noticed. And but if you want to slip away quietly, that's absolutely fine, and we'll see you next week. Before we move on to the next bit, I just want to tell you about an event that I'm leading in a couple of weeks. And Shannon, could you find the Permacrisis link? That'd be great. So on the 18th of February, I'm doing a day workshop with a good friend of mine, who I know as Mahaprabha. So that's his Buddhist name. But he's also known as Professor Dominic Holder, and he's from the London Business School. And he's a sort of global leader in strategy. Very, very smart guy, lovely guy, really interesting man. So he and I are doing a day together on how we can respond to these times that we are in, which are sometimes called permacrisis. We've got one crisis after the next. We've got climate change, war in Ukraine, and other wars, of course. After effects of the pandemic, lots of us still getting COVID, cost of living crisis, energy. There's lots of things out there. And how can we bring our mindfulness and compassion practice to bear to help us manage? But he's also bringing some thinking around sort of problem solving. You know, how do we deal with these things in a very creative and intelligent way? So I think it's going to be a really interesting day, and I just wanted to bring your attention to it. And you could let other people know about it as well if you would like to. And it'll be quite workshoppy, so you'll have a chance to workshop some of your own situations. Good. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. So Lorian, thanks so much, Vidyamala and Breathworks Sangha of Friends. More relaxed, though my mind was like a grasshopper. But the great thing is that you knew that, Lorien. So that's your awareness practice, that you knew that your mind was like a grasshopper. And through knowing that, you could then engage with your grasshopper mind rather than just being a grasshopper mind. Mindfulness gives us this ability to step back from just being completely fused with whatever our experience is. Julie, thank you. Peter, good to see you again. And thanks to Shannon and Kat for support. Yes, the cat has been an important part of Shannon's tech support. Kathy, thank you. Alison, thank you. My second time joining you. So big welcome, Alison. And then Fiona, thank you. Have been feeling anxious, so today helped a lot. Interesting. Yeah, I think this ability just to sort of drop back a bit can really help with anxiety. Avi, thank you so much. Being in different parts of my body was a welcome break from feeling focused on discomfort. There was a lot more of my body that felt fine than doesn't. Yeah, fantastic. Because when we're not so aware, it just feel like, oh, the whole body's hurting. But then when you do this kind of quite precise awareness, you realize that, what did you say? That a lot more of my body that felt fine than didn't feel fine. And Helen, thank you, Vidyamala. I love the idea of going beyond myself, in inverted commas. And Katie, your saying reminded me of one which I really like. Being more separate yet integrated into experience. Being more separate yet integrated into experience. Yeah, that's lovely. And then Eileen, thank you. Love the blue sky mind picture. Need that to get through winter. Yes. I draw on it a lot in the winter. Kerry, lots of stress, and this helped me relax. Thanks so much. And Claire, thank you for this evening. Good to join with you all, feeling restored. I think there's Claire up in Orkney in the storms. And then Jill, lovely to sit with you. Lovely to sit with you all. Time flew. Time is a mysterious thing, isn't it? And Susan, thank you. I love the talk and the meditation, and it was wonderful to be with community. And Dorian, I felt one with the sky. Chiaki, thank you so much for the lovely practice. Very nice to see you again, Vidyamala. And iPhone person, have been feeling emotionally strained the last few days. It was helpful to just be tonight and to learn that underneath all the frustration is upset. I just sat with it and let tears trickle. I feel much better now, even though my blue sky was a bit grey tonight. Thank you, as always. So that's a very interesting comment, very rich comment. So feeling emotionally strained, it was helpful to just be tonight and to learn that underneath all the frustration is upset. So that's an important learning, that underneath this kind of, oh, I'm upset. So have this authentic feeling, connection with the emotion. And then I just sat with it and let tears trickle. So again, you just allow that authentic feeling to be there without, sounds like this person didn't get completely lost in it. It was just there, let the tears trickle. And then I feel much better. So that's a lovely tracking of a mindfulness practice with